Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Rusty Nelson, and it is Thursday morning, and we're talking Hurricane Helene, and it is definitely coming. And we're going to go over tornadoes. Now, most of you know that I used to chase tornadoes for a living. I guided people in the Midwest, and that was a lot of fun, and I sure learned a lot about tornadoes. But you may be going, Rusty, why are you talking about tornadoes? We got a hurricane coming. That's it. I'm going to show you why tornadoes, I believe, especially with this storm, are one of our biggest threats versus the hurricane itself. And I'm going to go through this really quick. I'm trying to get my car packed up and do the live broadcasting thing if needed. So make sure that you are subscribed and you hit the all bell on there. You have to click it twice and hit the all bell so you get notified when I come up live. But I'm going to talk about some of the things that we may need to think about regarding tornadoes. I'm going to show you exactly how I see them on the radar that I use. First of all, I want to talk about one thing really quick. I had somebody else tell me the other day that, well, what I do is I actually take my garage and I crack my door in my garage. Let me explain what I'm going to do. I'm never going to tell you guys what to do yourself, but I'm going to show you what I do. If you take a look at the garage doors down in, I'm in the southern part, so I'm down below 44. You can see there's these big bars that go across here and they stretch all the way across. Now these strengthen the garage door. And most of these doors, I don't know about your particular door itself, but they are already strengthened for high winds. So the reason that I don't want to do it and leave it partway open, and I know a lot of people leave it open, but somebody told me that they wanted to do it to release the pressure or whatever. The problem is that most of the homes that lose the roof, you'll find out that they also lost garage door structure. And why do I say that? Because once the garage door is lost, basically it allows access to put pressure in under your roof. And that is one of the problems. So I know I've seen studies where once the garage door is lost and this is compromised, the garage, then all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure that's allowed to be built up under the roof itself. So anyway, I'm going to go back into my desk, and it's a little cluttered in there right now, but I'm going to show you a couple of things you may want to think about with tornadoes and the difference between a watch and a warning and what they may mean to you. Let's go in there. All right, we are back in. As you can see, things are a little cluttered back there. I'm kind of packing up and charging batteries and that kind of stuff just in case anything goes on. Actually, I'm supposed to go to a hurricane party tonight. So a friend from down Louisiana, big friend, New Orleans, is having a hurricane party, get us all in one house and go have a little fun, but I may be out chasing storms tonight. But anyway, I'm going to run through this really quick, and I just want you to understand where the danger points are, probably that could be for us. You never know with weather, but these are generalities type of thing, you know. But this is this is a current shot right now of the Helene right now. And if we take a look at this, you can kind of look up right here, and what I'm trying to show you right here are these feeder bands that run right here. And this is actually currently right here. Now, we sit right in this area right now, so there's actually one passing over us right now. And as you can see, they really stretch a long way down here. And as this storm moves, this is the center right now, moves up into this area, these obviously spin around, and we'll see this in a second, how this works. This is the eye. I'll tell you one thing in an off note with this. I'm not a huge expert in hurricanes by any means, but this thing seems a little weird to me because there's like little eyes or other spawned off hurricane areas that look conducive to making another hurricane. That are kind of strange. I don't know. So I kind of wonder about the computer models, about the exact direction of this hitting right there and how accurate it is. Obviously, the more it moves to the right, the worse it is for us. Probably better off for up in this area up here. But anyway, I don't want to make this really long. This is a forecast, and this is something that I use right now. And so this is around current time right now, and you can see these feeder bands come off of here, and you'll see these as I move forward in time. And you can see what I mean. Like, as of right now, us sitting right here, we haven't gotten hit by very much as far as the forecast goes. And the problem is if this thing switches over to the right just a little bit, it's going to be completely different for us. But this goes on, and this is probably right now, this is 7, 8, 9, 10. We're moving into just about midnight right here. But as you can see, these feeder bands right around midnight are heading right over top of us, even though the actual hurricane has passed. So now, why do I say these are something to worry about? When I'm out looking for tornadoes, and I'm actually searching them out, we can pretty much predict almost a day ahead of time in a general area where those tornadoes are going to be. And then the next day we kind of plot out a smaller area, and we kind of keep narrowing those down. When you have storms like this, these feeder bands, trains, I call them tentacles, coming off of here, they're constantly changing and they're moving really fast, and it makes it really hard to predict. But we have a tool that allows us to kind of look in the upper atmosphere. And if I take this and I click over where I think there may be potential for a tornado, this is just for me doing this so many times. And I kind of go, let's see, in this area, maybe right in here, we get these charts that come up. And this is what I actually can see. Now, I don't understand the whole thing. Like I said, I don't claim to be a magician with this, but I do understand one thing. And if you look at possible hazard right down here, it says tornado. And there's a pretty good chance of having a tornado in that area. And I wouldn't doubt if this was just the way this is, we'd be getting a warning or a watch, and I'll explain those in a few seconds, what the difference is. And there is a big difference between the two, but this is very conducive. You can tell by this meat hook kind of looking thing up here like this when you look at, and basically this is looking at the atmosphere as we go up in altitude, and we can see different wind shear type of things down here. Anyway, that's a lot of what I look at. Now, let me show you what I actually look at in the car. This is a current readout of radar, and this is exactly what I see. And when I'm looking at this, I can watch this go along like this, and you can see these bands moving along like this. And if I take it and bring it up to, this is actual current time right here, we are right here. You can see this little X right here. And if you're a part of Spotters Network, you'll see my little blob up there of me sitting up there or somewhere out there because it says exactly what time. But you can look right down here. We take a look at this. You can see that this is most likely, this is a tornado warning. So you can read just above that little T right there. I'll try to enlarge it, but a tornado warning, and then I get a whole readout. This area right here, if you take a look, you can just see to the right there, there's a tornado watch, a box for this whole area here. And we're in that. And that is, let's see, up to 0000, so that's like 8 o'clock tonight about, right? So this whole area is under a tornado watch. And the reason is these bands that keep running through here. We're talking watches and warnings, and I'll try to kind of enlarge this for you so you can see it. I'm trying to make this really fast. I'm going to get my stuff packed up and get out of here. Tornado terminology. And now we know to look, if you have your little apps and that type of thing where you can see these feeder bands and you know right where you are and you see one of these feeder bands. Now it can happen anywhere. You can have a tornado anywhere in reality. But generally, like I showed you, at the leading edges of those cells, we have and usually with the hurricane, this supercell type of thing is buried in the hurricane. That's why I don't like going to chase them, because you can't see them. Just look, you want to pay attention when those feeder bands come through your area, the leading edge of them, and that's kind of like when you can look out for and see a watch or a warning. So what is the difference between a watch and a warning? And this is the way I remember it, because I remember in the beginning I couldn't remember it. So tornado watch, and this is from NOAA, and it is tornado watch. Weather conditions could lead to the formation of severe storms and tornadoes. Be prepared. Well, basically what we're saying is, in a watch, think about your watch, you're going to look and you're going to see, because there's ingredients out there. So you're just going to watch and make sure these ingredients don't come together. If there is a warning, and we can look on the chart here, it says tornado warning has been spotted, a tornado has been spotted or indicated by weather radar. This means there's could be imminent danger, and you need to prepare for that, whatever you feel is the right thing for you to do. But I wouldn't be standing by any big windows and giant empty rooms, that type of thing. So I look at it as warning. If you look at the first three letters, it says war. This is tornadoes about ready to tell you that there is a war going on and they're about ready to create war with you. And the reason is one, somebody has gone out and they have actually spotted a tornado. It is in your area. Also, we can see on radar, through Doppler radar and other instruments, we can tell when there's actually rotation, and see with the radars, I can look on there and I can see like little debris clouds, because that's when something's classified as a tornado, when you can see and it touches the ground. Then it becomes a tornado. It's just not a funnel in the sky, so to speak. So anyway, those are the things. You can pause this and look at this if you want. Let me get back up to my normal size here. I will be going out tonight or today when needed, or I may be at the party if not. But you can see how with these bands coming through, we could go through this whole thing and kind of unscathed with hardly anything. But if we get trapped under one of these bands, one of these feeder bands, it could last for a while and we could have torrential downpours. So, be wary of that. Don't get caught in any of the tunnels. You don't want to be down in a tunnel hiding from anybody. And just follow your procedures and take precautions. That's all I can say. As far as I know, we do not have any tornado shelters. And put it down in the comments if you know differently. We do not have any tornado shelters in the villages. But if you are in one of the older homes way up north and you'd feel more comfortable, maybe you want to go over to somebody's house that has a concrete house, so to speak, and hang out at their house, have a few beers for tonight and this afternoon. Also, I will put a link down. It's probably a little late right now for weather radar, and I will have a follow-up. I know some people have already asked me about the surge protector thing. They couldn't come because of the weather right now, so we're going to reschedule that for next week with Lenhart Electric. But I guess the discount is still there. If you mention these videos, they will give you a discount on an installation. And anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to go finish charging up batteries and that kind of stuff and get that stuff out to my car and try to get that working. Make sure you're subscribed and you click all. And if I'm out there, I guess I'll see you out there. I'll try to get the chat working again. And most likely I won't be able to type, but I'll be able to answer you unless I'm kind of pulled off the side. Anyway, be safe, guys, out there, and we'll kind of get through this. Be thankful for right now. It's not headed towards us, and it's kind of going to pass up the coast anyway. Thanks a lot. I'll either see you back here on YouTube or I'll see you down in the villages. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Be safe.